This podcast is sponsored by Talkspace.
Last year, I went through many different life changes. I needed to take a pause and examine how I was feeling in the inside to better show up for the ones who need me to be my best version of myself.
When you're navigating life's changes, Talkspace can help. Talkspace is the #1 rated online therapy, bringing you professional support from licensed therapists and psychiatry providers that you can access anytime, anywhere.
Living a busy life, navigating a long-distance relationship, becoming a first-step father, Talkspace made all of those journeys possible. I could speak with my therapist in the office. I could speak with my therapist in the comfort of my home. I was never alone.
Talkspace works with most major insurers, and most insured members have a $0 copay. No insurance, no problem. Now get $80 off your first month with promo code SPACE80 when you go to Talkspace.com. Match with a licensed therapist today at Talkspace.com. Save $80 with code SPACE80 at Talkspace.com.
You're listening to a Frequency Podcast Network production.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Welcome to Friday. My name is Brock.
I'm Dalby.
I do want to start the show off on a positive note, though.
That's a nice change.
As someone who was kind of dreading the playoffs with the Leafs out, I gotta say I have found a real joy in watching the Ottawa Senators lose.
Not me. I took them in the playoff pool that I set up with my family at home. This has really bummed me out.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. All these Ottawa fans before the playoffs, they were talking that real good.
They were, to both of us, because Ottawa eliminated the Red Wings, and then there's the natural Ontario rivalry.
All these people saying, oh, Brady Tkachuk, oh, the Senators, oh, they're going to go on a run. Oh, my God. It is so nice to see that there's going to be someone cleaning up the Canadian Tire Center this weekend, bringing some brooms in there.
Oh, you're going full sweep. You don't think they get anything.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if you've been paying attention to the weather in Ottawa. Dude, there's a hurricane rolling through there this weekend, dude. It's like category red.
This is energy, hockey-related energy I haven't seen from you in about 4 months, brother. This is the Brock that at the beginning of the NHL season tells us this is our year.
I don't know. Maybe we should start collecting canned foods or something to bring them there for Saturday. Like
some relief.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if the arena is going to be even a safe zone out there in Canada.
Oh my God.
That outlet mall might disappear.
I picked Ottawa in our family draft because I was like, well, they went on a run down the late season. They eliminated Detroit. They're playing well, and it's just as if they're giving me a second FU. So you know what? Even though it will hurt my score for the draft or for the pool, I hope they get swept too. Screw you, Senators.
I know, man. It's devastating to see a hurricane come through Ottawa like that, but at least Carolina's going to bring the brooms.
I did laugh. Someone just texted in, hey, Brock, still better than your suck-ass Leafs. By what? 4 games? Well done.
Extra 4 games on the season?
Take it home.
Yeah.
A couple of extra home games of revenue.
You know what? You got to enjoy watching the playoffs, and I did too. So there's something beautiful about that, my friend.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
I have a great excuse, or a great stat, I should say, for anybody who's thinking about going for a pint this weekend, but might have to justify it.
Lay it on me, brother.
Do you know vitamin B6?
No idea.
I mean, there are so many vitamins, so many B vitamins alone that it's hard to keep them all straight. But B6 supports metabolism, brain health, immune function, and hemoglobin formation. And apparently, it is most prevalent naturally in beer.
Well, it sounds like a great excuse to have a beer this weekend.
A study in Germany was testing different types of beers based on the way that they're made and all these other factors to see if there were any actual nutrients, like basically any reason you could say that a beer is good for you.
There's anything that can benefit you, yeah.
And it found that vitamin B6, which there are not a ton of natural sources, good natural sources of, is everywhere in beer, especially if the beer is brewed using barley.
Love to hear it, man. Honestly, if you're having a bunch of pints this weekend and someone goes, hey, man, what's with all the beers? Oh, my B6 levels are down a little bit.
Just trying to get my vitamins in, brother. These are my supplements. So it says barley is the most, then lagers, dark lagers, wheat beers, and then rice beers. If you're having rice beers, if that's your brand, you're not getting a lot, but you're still getting some.
Yeah. I feel like if you're drinking rice beers, you already knew what B6 was. I'm going to be honest with you on that.
And then the good news is if you're listening to this and you're going like, oh, wow, that seems like something I should do, but I don't really like alcohol, because alcohol does have negative effects on the body.
Sure.
The study found that you get just as much vitamin B6 from having a non-alcoholic beer.
Oh, like near beers.
Yeah, if you're having a nab this weekend, just as like a casual on the couch watching some playoff hockey, you are also getting your vitamins in. So you don't even have to get wasted to get the benefits.
But the thing that I'm hearing from you is that alcoholic beer does the exact same thing.
Well, it does the same. So it has the drawbacks of alcohol, but it has the benefits of the nutrients.
Sorry, all I'm hearing is it has the nutrients.
It does have the nutrients.
Has the supplements.
You are hearing exactly what you want to hear today.
So anybody want to get their B6 tonight?
Anybody want to go grab some supplements after work?
Dude, that's the best way to phrase it. The missus is like, what are you doing? You're like, oh, hey, Brian called me. His B6 levels are down.
Yeah.
We're just going to head out to the bar real quick, you know?
No. We're not going to the bar. We're going to the supplement store.
I don't know if you heard, Boston Pizza has B6s on for like $7 right now.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast. It's time for Brock and Dalby's Draft.
In honor of the NFL draft going down this weekend and all the players who think that they're going to go early in the draft and they have to sit there and wait in their fancy suits with their family awkwardly at their tables, we are doing a draft on the toughest things to wait for.
And I won rock, paper, scissors, so I don't have to wait to make my first overall pick. And the one that immediately springs to mind when you talk about the hardest things to wait for, the most painful things to wait for, medical test results.
Oh.
Whether that be something like as easy as blood work, or whether it be because you got swabbed in a certain place and you're trying to find out if there's anything in there.
The waiting is the hardest part.
Medical test results as you're just sitting either in the waiting room, or even worse, if they tell you to go about your day and you're just trying to live, waiting to find out.
100%.
Oh.
With my number one pick for one of the toughest things to wait for is when you get that "we need to talk" text.
Yeah, man.
Whether you're in a relationship or even if it's from your boss, if you get like a, hey, I need to talk to you later, that waiting, the in-between waiting for the conversation, that existential dread that you feel, like expecting the worst automatically all the time.
There are certain phrases that should not be used just willy-nilly, and "we need to talk" is up at the top of the list. Because if you hit me with a "we need to talk" and I lose my mind for whatever the gap period is, and then you're like, what do you think about painting the house this year? We're divorcing. We're breaking up.
What do you got for number two?
Number two, the bathroom.
Yes.
Waiting for the bathroom.
100%.
Whether there's a lineup or maybe you're in the car or you're somewhere where you can't go. When nature calls and you cannot answer, the waiting is impossible.
You start prairie dogging it.
Yeah.
You're dancing around a little bit. Yeah. Coming in at number two for me, I'm going to go Service Ontario.
Oh, just standing in line. In a line that somehow doesn't move ever.
And it never makes any sense because they'll bring up the numbers and you're like, that guy came in after me.
Yeah.
How does he get in now?
How did he get that number?
Yeah.
My last pick, I'm going to say payday. Sometimes you're looking at the bank account, you're trying to make plans, even something as simple as I would like to eat today. And then you're like, nope. I've got to wait 2 to 3 business days before I can afford this.
Oh, we've all been there, brother. I'm there right now. Finally, with my third pick for one of the toughest things to wait for, I'm going to go with the results of a pregnancy test.
Oh, yeah.
Because, I mean, hey, either you're hoping that it turns out negative, or maybe you're someone that's been trying for a long time, too, and you're like, come on, give me the positive.
It's the air of uncertainty. No matter what result you're hoping for, that air of uncertainty as you wait. Okay, there's one line. Is there a second line? And you just stress.
You have never been so excited for someone to get done finishing in the bathroom besides with what your pick was. This goes after that.
So for the waiting draft, I had first overall pick. I took medical test results. I got waiting for the bathroom, and I've got waiting for payday.
For my picks for waiting, I got the "we need to talk," the waiting after getting that text. I've got being at Service Ontario, and I've got waiting for the results of a pregnancy test coming in at number 3.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Always man enough to admit when I've lost, which seems like it happens a lot lately, but coming in the waiting draft here for you, my man.
This was one of those drafts where the first overall pick was so important because I got first pick. I took medical test results, and I think that landed with a lot of people.
A lot of people saying some things that we missed out on was neither of us took waiting for the lotto ticket guy at the convenience store or the gas station.
When you see him pull out that stack, you have to make an actual decision of like, can I afford the time to wait behind this person to winner Gagnon 25 times?
Someone else texted in and said, waiting for the cop to come back to the car after pulling you over.
Dude.
That's a good one. I can't believe I didn't think of that.
Especially if they don't necessarily, if they're just like license and registration, and then I'll be right back. They don't talk to you about what you did. You're like, what is happening?
And I mean, a true Canadian one, being at Tim Hortons when the drive-thru is just stalling there.
Yeah, man. I also saw one that I liked that was waiting for the last red light on your drive home.
Okay,
You've been driving for so long and you're forced to stop. You just, or even worse, that one light that somehow is always red every time you go through
when
it.
you're driving back from Toronto and you just get stuck in endless traffic.
Yeah.
Waiting to go home. Yeah.
I just want to leave.
Even waiting at the airport. I don't know how we didn't think about that either.
That's a good one too.
We got someone on the line. What do you think we missed in our draft here?
The toughest thing to wait for is when you're sitting in a holding cell and you're waiting for the judge to figure out if they're going to draft you into jail or if they're going to kick you loose.
No.
Can't say I've ever experienced that one, but yeah, that waiting process has got to suck.
I've experienced it more times than I want to admit. I'll tell you that. But it is one of the most nerve-wracking things you'll ever deal with in your life.
Makes you really reconsider your life choices, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, it really does, dude.
It's like the announcement of an announcement. It's the waiting for the waiting.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Some good news if you were looking to buy tickets for a concert or an event this summer, Ticketmaster Canada has informed customers that it will be complying with Ontario Bill 97, which is the bill to cap ticket resales at the original price that the tickets were sold for.
So kind of Ticketmaster to look us all in the eye and be like, hey guys, guess what? We're going to follow the law that we have to follow.
Now, here's the thing. Third-party ticket sites like StubHub and whatever, those are still going to exist. But it got me thinking, with reselling tickets being such a huge thing right now, do scalpers still exist? Because, like, whenever I was going to a Jays game in high school and when I was younger, we'd always just show up to the stadium. You knew you could go to the scalpers, get it for way cheaper. But in this digital world, I don't know if I've seen scalpers outside of like rinks and places.
They're still out there, especially like the big events, big concerts, big sporting events, stuff like that. But they used to have like the big arm full of tickets, or they'd look like the tickets you turn in for a prize at like a Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah.
Tickets, and they'd sell them to you. But now, like, even the scalpers at the venue, it's all digital, which just takes the soul out of it. You know?
Yeah. The whole reselling market has just kind of gotten a little greasy. At least you always knew that if you didn't have tickets for something, you could show up to the stadium or the rink or whatever, and there'd be the guy there, and you'd get to barter with him. You'd see him face to face. They'd give you the tickets, and then you'd have that weird little adrenaline rush as you're going to your gate where you're like, God, I hope these are real.
Right. Yeah. Because you'd find the scalper that was like, these are my last two. This is my last pair. And it turns out they were like printed off his home computer or something
Yeah.
Although I'll say, like, that was like an exciting rush, like exhilarating, like, oh my God, I have to go to security and maybe these are fake tickets. It's so much worse now with everything being digital because, like, you'll go to the venue and you'll be like, okay, I'll transfer you money, then you transfer me tickets, and then you're waiting for an email that never comes because someone scammed you. And it's like, I've totally got Jay's tickets.
I remember hearing stories during the whole Taylor Swift thing last fall or whatever, where like there was a family that got scammed out of like $10,000. Yeah.
Dude, even I had Jay's tickets and then we ended up not being able to go. And so I was trying to sell them just to get my money back. I was taking a bath on them even. And the woman that I ended up selling a couple of the tickets to, she was like, this is supposed to be for me and my son. It's his birthday. Like, this really means a lot. I'm begging you, please don't scam me. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry that this is happening.
At least the thing with a scalper is they had to look you in the eye.
Right. Yeah.
So there was at least a little bit of humanity still there with reselling tickets.
As you handed the wad of cash and he handed the ticket back, there was this like unspoken bond of like, what we're doing is a little shady, but we're at least on the same team here.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like the whole ticket process is just, it feels so weird to get nostalgic about scalpers, but even buying tickets, you used to have to wait in line, whether it was at an HMV or actually
Right.
go to the box office itself, right?
And that also used to make it a little bit easier to justify giving money to a scalper, because now it's all computers and bots and stuff that buy up all the tickets. You used to be able to look that guy in the eye and be like, well, this guy had to camp out in front of the box office for 8 hours to get these. So here you go, good sir.
Yeah. And now you just have to deal with all these fees like you're going through a divorce or something.
This podcast is sponsored by Talkspace.
Last year, I went through many different life changes. I needed to take a pause and examine how I was feeling in the inside to better show up for the ones who need me to be my best version of myself.
When you're navigating life's changes, Talkspace can help. Talkspace is the #1 rated online therapy, bringing you professional support from licensed therapists and psychiatry providers that you can access anytime, anywhere.
Living a busy life, navigating a long-distance relationship, becoming a first-step father, Talkspace made all of those journeys possible. I could speak with my therapist in the office. I could speak with my therapist in the comfort of my home. I was never alone.
Talkspace works with most major insurers, and most insured members have a $0 copay, no insurance, no problem. Now get $80 off your first month with promo code SPACE80 when you go to Talkspace.com. Match with a licensed therapist today at Talkspace.com. Save $80 with code SPACE80 at Talkspace.com.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
There's this guy on TikTok who's somewhat famous. His name is Dustin Pointer, and he kind of went viral because he bought a giant red flag, like the size of flag you'd see in like a marching band at a U.S. university. And he would stitch people's videos of them being like mean or rude or inconsiderate, and he would point out that that's a red flag. Well, I've seen him coming up on my algorithm recently. He's now also bought a giant green flag.
Okay.
And I love this because now instead of just like another thing on the internet that's constantly pointing out negativity, it's spotlighting positive, like good things about people.
Well, something we don't do anymore, to be honest with you.
That's honestly like it's so much easier to just be like, that sucks. I hate this. I don't like that, versus actually looking for redeeming qualities in people and being like, that is a good person, giving them their flowers. And I thought today we could talk about what is a green flag.
Okay.
And I wanted to say that I think a great green flag in somebody that you know they're probably a good person, they buy the first round at the bar.
Yeah. Or like if you're out at a sporting event and you're waiting in line and like they just grab a beer for you while they go out to get a beer. They're like, I got you one.
Because it's easy to be the second or the third or the fourth or whatever that buys the round because you've already got the free drinks before from somebody else's generosity. It takes a generous person to be like, I'm going to buy a round. And if you guys get me back, that's great. But if not, hey, I'm happy to do it.
You know what? I'll also say this. If you go out with someone and you ask for a smoke and they don't even hesitate and they're just like, yeah, man, here you go.
I got you. Yeah. Knowing that you would probably give it back, but even if you don't, that's still okay.
Or if it's that friend that you hang out with and you know that they don't smoke, they only smoke when they're drinking, and you're like, my pack is your pack.
Yeah. I got you. I know that you're.
That's a green flag, man.
I don't want you buying a pack. Then you're going to end up like me, always smoking.
But then I will say, shout out to my buddy Cole. He's an absolute beauty. It's like if I buy him drinks, or the same thing like when I was smoking, if I had a pack of smokes, next day, e-transfer first thing in the morning. If somebody owes you money, and they you don't even have to ask them, and the money is just there the next day, huge green flag.
Lending money is such a contentious issue. Like, you can lose family over people not paying you back. It's such a nice thing when someone just, without being pestered or even asked, is just like, hey, you gave me something, here you go. Repayment.
And you know what? A green flag that you get to see when you're out with your true friends on the golf course. You'll see it a few times this summer.
Yeah.
Is when you tee off and you absolutely chunk one or duff it. And they go, just take another. I didn't see anything.
Tee another one up.
Yeah.
Go again.
Huge green flag.
Green flag for a mulligan.
That's a great friend right there.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
All right, we're talking green flags this morning. We got Keith on the phone. What's a green flag in someone, in your opinion?
Short hippie.
Short hippie, someone you can trust.
Short hippie under 30, you can trust them.
I'm not going to lie, I don't get the joke. Where's that stem from?
Back when I was a teenager in the 60s there, the saying was never trust anybody over 30. and never trust a tall hippie. The reason for that was the RCMP had to be 5'11" to get into the Mounties.
Oh, so if you were tall, you were a pig.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Because they dressed up as hippies and they busted you for that horrible drug that was going to bring society to its knees there. I think it was called marijuana.
Man,
And,
Shaggy from Scooby-Doo in shambles hearing this news.
Yeah.
Well, that's a new one I've never heard before.
I've definitely never heard the phrase "don't trust a tall hippie." It bums me out because it means I couldn't have been a free spirit if I was born back then.
You know, we were talking about, people offering smokes and whatnot. Someone said someone who always gives you your lighter back after using it, huge green flag.
That's a green flag. I will say would be a better green flag if they just had their own lighter, but it is still nice to find someone who's trustworthy.
Sure. A lot of people just saying stuff like someone who likes dogs, big green flag.
How people treat animals tells you everything about them. And not to make like a direct comparison, it's how they treat animals and how they treat retail and service workers.
100%.
If you see somebody who's nice to the people at like McDonald's or at like Walmart for no reason, just because they're human beings, that's probably a pretty decent person.
Instant green flag. We do got Darren on the phone. What's a green flag in someone, in your opinion?
Well, when you get stopped at, say, construction or traffic stop and stuff like that, and when they finally let you go, lots of times I look at the wife, we're back to green flag racing.
A literal green flag.
Dude, anybody who just waves someone into traffic, absolute beauty in my opinion.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And I think you could also say people who give courtesy waves.
Yes. If I let somebody in and they wave back to me, I'm like, I let the right one in.
Mm-hmm.
I let the right person go. I just assume that they're a good person on their way to help orphans and the elderly. That's just a good, solid dude.
And I mean, I guess finally, another driving green flag, I'd say, is people who flash their blinkers when they're warning you about the cops up ahead.
To let you know that there's a cop behind them. Great green flag
The
move.
short hippies of the road.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Dee Snider is taking some jabs at tribute bands or cover bands, calling them non-creative garbage on Twitter recently.
Oh, I don't know if that's necessary, D.
Someone tweeted out at him and said, "I've always wondered what artists thought of tribute bands. I read that tribute bands don't necessarily pay a license for playing each time, but rather the venues have a blanket license coverage. Is this right, and what are your thoughts about them? Thanks." Dee Snider replied saying, "I hate them. Tribute acts are non-creative garbage, and you are correct about the compensation."
I mean, I get it from the money perspective, but also, like, there's not a lot of tribute bands making big fat stacks of money.
No, not at all.
Like, this implies that, like, a band got to the same level as Twisted Sister playing Twisted Sister, which is just not true. If a handful of guys want to play at the local pub once every couple of months, I think that's great. I think that's good.
Don't you take that as an honor too? That that's where you are in your career. That like these people are literally embracing your talents to like carry on.
Guys, even Gene Simmons thinks tribute bands are okay. All right, let's not be worse than Gene Simmons.
I also feel like a very ironic thing for Dee Snider to say, considering Twisted Sister is basically a cover band right now with Sebastian Bach at the helm. Am I wrong on that one?
Maybe that's what he means.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Crikey. Cyber animal impressions with Croc and Digby. Sorry, Brock and Dalby.
All right, we got $100 in Lotto Max tickets for tonight's jackpot on the line, and today we are asking you to be a raccoon going through Dalby's garbage can.
To be clear, I was asking you to be a raccoon judging someone's garbage. Brock has decided it should be my garbage
Well, the
can.
whole thing was inspired by the raccoons going into your garbage can, so we're going to ask the Rakins, what were they thinking going through your garbage can? What were they seeing?
One of the first texts we got, 762-555, just said, $10, someone mentioned Dalby's dad.
Maybe your dad's in there. Closer than you think. Your mom might agree on that opinion.
Honest to God, she probably would have sent that one in.
All right, if you are not one of our raccoons, that does make you a judge, so 762-555. Judge accordingly.
Go easy on me also, if we're all going to just dump on me today.
All right, we'll start with this one.
Hey, this is Kelly. Looking through Dalby's garbage can? Ugh, bacon farmer's wrap and roast beef? I don't want to spend my night in the bathroom.
Oh, they know you love your farmer's wraps. They know you love your roast beef.
I get the double stack. Thank you very much. I couldn't decide between the bacon or the sausage. So.
I'm interested how much Dalby lore is going to be in some
Honestly,
of these.
yeah. That's a pretty deep cut right off the bat.
All right, we got another one here.
This is Grant. Oh my gosh. Look at this bag here. Let's open up. What the hell? Tofu? Tofu turkey? You gotta be kidding me. Oh my god. What? Celery? What the hell?
I suppose definitely not your house.
I mean, maybe the celery went bad in the fridge, and that's why.
That's about it.
Because I was at the grocery store, and I was like, no, if I'm going to start eating better.
He loses all the points on the tofu. I've never seen you touch that stuff.
I've eaten tofu once, and it was horrible.
That sounds like something you'd say. All right, here's another one.
Hey, it's Nick, and this is my impression of a raccoon in Dalby's garbage.
Okay.
All right. Another burger covered in lotion. Another burger covered in lotion. Man, does this guy, just go through so much lotion that this garbage is just filled with it?
What the hell?
Like, why is everything covered, man? I don't have any food.
You know, it does make sense. I've known you for years. You famously do have soft hands. So,
why are the burgers covered? Why are there burgers in there? I eat the burgers.
I don't know. What are you doing with burgers and lotion?
That's what I want to know.
I know you love your food, but let's not get into that. All right, we got a few more here.
A little less barbecue sauce on the chicken bones, please.
Do you like barbecue sauce?
I have barbecue sauce. I like barbecue sauce as much as anybody else who doesn't own a barbecue, I guess.
All right, we'll do a couple more here.
Hi, this is Alex, and this is my impression of raccoon judging Dalby's garbage can. I swear to God, if I get roast beef one more time from this guy, oh my God.
Another roast beef one.
How is the roast beef bit still hanging on?
All right, final one here.
Wow, this used to be the best garbage ever. All the leftovers from all those takeout meals. That female moved in, and now there's nothing. Nothing.
The raccoons used to love your spot when you were single.
I thought it was going to be about how I learned how to cook. I thought this was going to be a positive one from Lynn. I'll blame it on Mallory moving in.
Everyone in your life was so happy that you got a girl in the house, except for the raccoons.
Hey, we still order takeout, all right? The raccoons still eat okay.
I think that's got to be the winner.
That's a great one.
That's got to be the winner. Give her the
well
ding,
done.
the round of applause. Our raccoon of the morning. Sorry, Mallory has ruined everything for you guys.
The worst part is she's going to hear about it from the people she works with because they listen to the show and she doesn't.
Dalby hates turtles. Mallory hates the raccoons.
Stop it!
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
WWE legend Ric Flair is claiming that he broke Wilt Chamberlain's record of sleeping with more than 20,000 women.
I mean, he's claiming a lot of things these days. I'm almost inclined to believe him, though.
I mean, the dude got around, that's for sure.
That's the thing is Ric Flair came up in the territory era of wrestling where you were literally in a different town every night, wrestling 2 to 3 times a night.
Sure.
And then after a couple months, you just fully go to a different state and you could have a whole new catalog there.
He was talking about this on a podcast recently, and he did have to clarify something about the record.
The one thing I want to make clear to you, they weren't all 10s. There was a couple of heavyweights along the way, but it was in a small town.
Oh, my God.
Just a couple, right? Just a couple.
Yeah, I don't remember their names. I don't want them to remember mine.
Oh, God.
He sounds like he can't remember his name.
Okay, so let's break this down. He's claiming 20,000 women that he slept with.
Okay.
Let's say that Ric Flair lost his card at the age of 15 there.
Probably a fair guess.
That would give us 62 years to work with. So if my maths out correctly here, that figures to just over 322 ladies a year over that span.
Well, and here's the thing you have to think about. You're factoring in from when we're assuming he started to now, when the majority of that, you probably have to take about 10 to 15 years off of that. There was some brief periods where he was also married.
Yeah.
So you condense that, and we're talking about more than one a night.
I'm going to say that when he was married, it didn't affect
I'm not
much of his Costco bulk sales.
I'm not saying that it stopped it, but I have to assume it slowed it down.
Maybe,
you know what I mean?
He claims that by the age of 39, he hit 10,000. So that would technically be over one woman a day for 24 years.
That's wild. Although, again, based on stories that other wrestlers will tell, and of course, there's stories from Rick, which I feel like you can't trust him. But there are stories from other wrestlers that would seem to imply that, yeah, he's maybe telling the truth for once.
I'm just saying, we've always wondered why your dad left.
Stop.
Maybe your true dad is the Nature Boy.
Oh, no.
Maybe your love from wrestling goes deeper than you think.
Want to be a part of the podcast?
Leave a message on the Bad Line.
The Bad Line is the answering machine for the Brock and Dalby Show.
To get the number, text the word BAD to 762-555.
Thanks for listening to the Brock and Dalby podcast.